Hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com. And I welcome you, Jenny. How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. As you're joining me live, let me know you're what? Oh, PK is in the house. PK. You guys may like this one actually. This is very different than what I've done in the past, but I think you may like it. I actually have come across this. I don't know if it's, I'd probably say statistic, a while back, and I meant to do this live a while back, but it seems like it's a perfect time today. So I titled this, what if being strong can come back and hurt you and bite you in the butt instead? And I actually really wanted to title it differently. But if I titled it the way I wanted it to, I think I would have given away the prize, right? So sometimes society, people around you, make you have to act strong, right? Maybe you're not as strong, but around certain people, society, you may have to like act strong. Pause. Statistics show that women get depression twice as much as men do. Okay. However, if a man gets depressed, it's 3 times more likely that he will hurt himself. Let me run this again. As you're joining me live, let me know you're here. Would love to know who's here, who's not here. So women get depressed twice as much as men do. But if a man gets depressed, it's 3 times more likely that he will actually do some harm to himself. Okay? And so you may think, well, why is that? Why is that men don't get depressed as much as women do, but when they do, it's pretty serious. They can really do something to themselves, right? By the way, I'm rocking the robe tonight. It's so cold. It's so cold. And you East Coasters, I don't want to hear it. It's cold. It's really cold out here. I think we're going to hit like high 30s. That's like unheard of in California. I think that this week is going to be 38 or something. That's like cold, let me tell you, even for East Coasters. Anyway, I digress. So why is that, right? So why is it that women get more depressed, but men can really do some harm to themselves? Here's some thoughts for you, okay? Imagine you're a guy, or imagine you're with a guy that, let me give you an example. Let's say, doesn't know how to change a light bulb. I'll just go real simple, right? Doesn't know how to change a light bulb. Something goes wrong in the house, in the apartment, in your place, doesn't have a clue what to do, right? What would you call that guy? That is cold. What would you call that guy, right? You'd be like, dude, what are you good for? Like, you don't know how to change a light bulb? Like, you don't know a screwdriver from, Now imagine how that guy feels, right? Let's stick to guys because we're talking. This is a gender related statistic I'm running. So imagine how that guy is gonna feel. No matter what, that guy is not gonna feel real inspired, is he? Not gonna feel very great. So if you're telling this guy, what's wrong with you? You can't even change a light bulb. Imagine how crappy he feels about himself. So imagine if he were to come out and express himself as being depressed. How would society and people look at him? If in his household he can't change a light bulb, he's useless. But if in society he goes out there and he talks about he's depressed, it's society makes it so wrong for men to speak out, right? So they throw it what more inside. It's maybe wrong to cry for a guy, right? A man doesn't cry, right? You guys have probably seen me like cry a gazillion times on live. I cried when Rambo ran out of ammunition, you know? So I'm a crier, man. I cry at everything, especially lately. But so society has it, so it's so wrong. You know, it's so wrong to cry. It's so wrong for a guy to express his emotions and his thoughts, right? Now, absolutely. And here's the other thing. Women, now why is it that women statistically don't do harm to themselves more, right? If they're in a depression phase. I call it a phase. It's because women are trained to talk out things. Women talk about their problems. Most women talk about their problems. They talk. They seek therapy. They go to therapists. Women love going to therapists. Why? Because they love talking. Men don't really like going to therapy, do they? Right? So when you really think about it, it's like, yes, statistics make sense. Now, that's just depression, right? So you're talking about depression. You're like, men don't like to really talk. Macho man don't cry, right? All this stuff, right? It's totally okay. PK's seen me cry. You've seen me cry. I've cried. I literally have no problem with busting out a tear. But it's so not cool most of the time, right? And it's not really practiced by most guys. You don't see guys busting up tears left and right, right? Most of the complaints is what? You're not emotional. You don't feel me. You're cold. You don't talk about things. I mean, those are the complaints women have about men, right? And that's exactly what we're talking about, because again, men don't like to talk about things. They just throw it inside. They don't like to seek therapy. So in the big picture, if you would, here's a big picture. You know, if you're going through stuff, whether you're a woman, you're a man, you're in between. Oh, Mel, I wish you and I had talked, and I was thinking about you when I did this live. I would love to bring you on, but next time let's arrange it, because I'm about to bounce off. But Melody is actually is a old great friend of mine, and she has an organization that helps folks with depression and suicide. So if you know somebody, or if you yourself are in a position where you like to talk to people, or just somebody, just kind of share your thoughts and get some unbiased feedback, you can reach out to her. You can reach out to me if you like. Her organization is called Suicide Watch, and she does good stuff. And she comes from a place where it hits home for her. I'm sorry, Mel, I'm going there. So, you know, it's real in her life, and so she's definitely a resource for you. But and I'm so glad you came on. It's just so crazy. You like rarely watch my lives. That's insane. So in the big picture, here's the thing. The bottom line is this: if you're keeping things inside, and if you're not talking about things, you're really harming nobody else more than yourself. You know, believe me, I'm not just preaching. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there you go, Mel. Drop the link. Believe me, I'm not just preaching. Okay, I've practiced, so I know. But it's totally okay to talk. Sometimes when I'll tell you a little secret. Okay, I'll tell you a little secret. Little Sean is in me secret. It won't be a secret anymore, but here it is. I don't think I've. Hold on. Let me think if I've done this before. Oh, I might have shared this when I shared my stuttering story a while back, but not like this. Not in this context, though. So sometimes you may have heard me say this before. I'm very loud, but I'm very private. Like I may make a lot of noise and tell a bunch of stories, but it's really hard for people. Not everybody gets the real inside of me. It takes a while, and I know that about myself. And so I'm guilty of not really opening up, right? I'm guilty of not opening up all the time, and it takes me a while to open up to somebody. And once I do, I'm just like, I just like open up, right? But within that transition, this is what I do. This is funny. You may think this is crazy. What I do, I talk to myself in the mirror out loud as a third person. I've never talked about this in a live before. So sometimes when I don't feel like I want to talk to anybody, that's what I do. I I have this full length mirror in the bedroom, and I just stand in front of that and I talk to it like a third person, like I would be talking to somebody else, and I just tell it all kinds of stuff. And sometimes, here's a little other secret for you, sometimes I have my recorder on while I do this, so that conversation is literally recorded. So I have my voice, right? So just because you feel like there's nobody around you immediately, or you don't have an access to somebody right away, or who you're gonna call, or I'm not gonna call a hotline, or this or that, whatever, you could always talk to yourself. You could always talk to yourself as somebody else, right? You can express your thoughts. You can be pissed, you can be upset, you can be happy, you can be disappointed, you can be all that kind of stuff. But somehow you got to get that stuff out. And any therapist you go to, that's the name of the game. They get you talking. You don't just sit there and watch the walls. You get talking, and you just feel better afterwards. Depression and mental illness, I've talked with Mel about this, it's a serious issue. You know, people are committing crimes and doing all kinds of things that normally they wouldn't. Let's just call it what it is. Normally they would not be doing that stuff. Normal people would not be doing stuff like that. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So mental illness, depression, anxiety, all these things are serious things. If you know people who are in them, need help, if you know of resources, you would be doing them a disservice if you don't share it with them. That's my thoughts. Now, you don't have to go beat them over the head and say, you're depressed, you need to call this person. Come on. Little, you know, little touch of love would be nice, right? But if you know people that need some help, be a resource, give it to them, be there for them. The serious stuff, guys, gals, it doesn't matter. Anybody, Mel will tell you this. And so, yeah. So I know this was a little bit of a different topic, but I feel like this topic is like super important. You know, you watch the news, you watch just you don't have to be blind to see. It's happening everywhere, and you know, there's some serious stats out there. So anyway, hopefully this was a resource. Hopefully you got some value, some love, some inspiration. The whole point of the talk is, listen, you could be doing a live to yourself, sitting there and talking. The act of talking it out is the whole point of this. And it's going to be therapeutic, I'm telling you. It's going to be therapeutic. Some of you have a pet. Talk to your pet. I used to talk to a little guy all the time. I'll leave you with this. When I lost my house, and there was a time, I'll give you the, I've shared this before in a couple other lives, but I'll give you this and I'll bounce. When I was losing the house, there was a day that I was sitting on this, I have this, black chair, right? And this lounge chair, this black chair that, I was sitting on my black chair. I had a dollar to my name, to my entire name, $1. The house was worth, my house was worth $910,000. This is 2007. I have a dollar to my name. I have no water or no electricity for 3 days. A Ducati parked in the garage, and my decked out Z. That's what you see on the outside. But the inside, I was sitting on the black chair, no electricity, no water, with a dollar to my name. I was pretty depressed. I was not doing too good. I went from making average about $30,000 a month down to what I just told you, right? I didn't have anybody to talk to. Nobody. I remember I sat on that black chair. See, I'm gonna cry. And I was like, don't want to cuss. I'm like, right? So I'm sitting in the black chair, I'm just thinking to myself, and I'm crying. And then all of a sudden, little guy, my dog, jumps on my chest, sits right here, and he's got his face like this, speaker little, just like right in front of me like this, on my chest. And then we just talked. So some of you may have a pet. Talk to your pet. They'll listen, I promise. They'll listen. Probably sometimes more than humans, I tell you that much. Little guy listened to me way more than any human. Probably, in human, in person, if you would. So anyway, I thought I'd share this stats with you. I wanted to run this a while back, but I thought, I don't know, today was, it just seemed like it was good. Bella, yeah, Bella too. Yeah, Mel has seen Little Guy many, many times. So anyway, if you guys need some help, some resources, Mel is the one to go to. Suicide Watch. If you want to talk to anybody, if you think that I can do much and make you laugh, maybe drop a drop a thought. If you want to send me a chat, you could do that. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value. I'll go back and check the comments, obviously, and it's freezing. And yeah, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com. And I'm signing off till tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.